People don't talk about this enough, right? Other instructors, other jump rope enthusiasts don't really understand this until they become good themselves, okay? But I'm gonna really nail down 5 things today, okay? On how you can use your grip, your wrists, your forearms, and your hands correctly. All right, family, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another fire jump rope tutorial, right? Today, I'm gonna be really dialing in on how you guys grip your ropes, right? How you use your wrists and make sure that you can get this thing moving correctly, right? With speed, with effortless kind of actions. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Do check our website down below. Right now, I have an exclusive discount just for you right now behind this camera. It is not being shared anywhere around the world. Use VIP30, you get 30% off all our ropes, all our mats, all our clothing. This is crazy, okay? Just for YouTube, just how much I love you guys and just want to show my gratitude and appreciation for all the things you've done for this channel. Peeps, we're gonna start, okay, with 5 things, all right? The first thing is really and truly how the arms, the forearms and your wrists work. So the first thing you're gonna do, okay, you're gonna follow these 5 steps. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure you've got no rope in your hand, all right? Now what happens is when a beginner picks up their skipping rope for the first time, this is their action, okay? I don't need the rope to show you this, but it's the wrists are locked out like this, okay? We're not gonna worry about the jumping and the timing yet. We're just looking at the wrists and we're focusing on the arms, all right? And what you're gonna notice is although they can jump through the rope and they feel like they're skipping fine, what this is doing is we're putting lots of tension on our wrists. Everything is locked here, from the forearms, the elbows, it's all locked here. And this is just a common look, right? Where what happens is their wrists are stuck, they're rigid, they're stiff, and what they're turning, the wrists like this, it's as if the wrists are just facing one direction and their hands are just rotating, okay, anti-clockwise like this. And what that does is it's gonna get you tighter, right? It's not gonna allow you to have this flow when you're especially doing things like double unders or crossovers because it's so stuck, right? You're just leaving yourself all locked in. So what you're gonna do, first off, is no rope. We're gonna stand up, and I just want you to feel like you're skipping smooth in the sense of you're just gonna let the arms just do what they wanna do, right? You're just gonna jump. I'm just doing a boxer step here, but even if you're just starting with a basic bounce, just feel as if, you know, you've got water on your fingertips and you're just sort of just flicking them off, right? That's that kind of feel you want. And what you're gonna notice is when you look at your arms, there is actually movement happening with your arms and your forearms. Now, caveat to this, all right? There are loads of people out there who jump amazing. One example I'm gonna give you right now, a good friend of mine, Lauren jumps, you might know her, but she has, if you look at her, a shorter rope, the wrists are lower, and you can see her wrists are firing, right? They're firing that rope around her, suits her style perfectly, works for her. But if you want this kind of flow, this kind of RA-esque flow, I'm gonna try and direct you, okay? This shadow skip is what you wanna start with, right? Because what this will help you feel is now your wrists are just tension-free. Remember, you're just feeling like you're just flicking water drops off your fingertips, right? And then what you'll feel here now is there is a little bit more activation in the forearms, right? Another thing you'll notice is you don't feel locked where your wrists are facing outwards. In fact, with this shadow drill, look down and you'll start to see your wrists actually want to face together, all right? So once you get this shadow drill going, all right, you're gonna get your rope, and this is the first feel, right? And it is just our wrists, okay, are just flicking very loose and then letting your forearms just naturally move, right? So that's point number 1. Start with a little shadow skip and you start to feel already the action that you need. Point number 2, guys, is the grip. Very, very important. Now, if you think of this as a bit of a scientific kind of feel that I'm giving you, right? There's like a feel and then there's a real. I'm gonna give you the feels, and what the real might be, what the actual action might be, might not look with what I'm saying, might not connect, but it's the feel that you want, okay? The feeling is what you want. So here's the feel for the grip for me, right? I'm gonna feel like my thumbs are stretched away from my fingertips, okay? So the thumb comes down the handles, and then what's really important here, little tip here, is I feel like my pinky just rests on the bottom of the handles, right? Especially if you've got something like the money rope, you don't want to death grip this thing. You don't want super tight hands on top of this handle, right? This is the first point of contact you have with the skipping rope. The only contact you have is through your fingers. So if you're gonna death grip this, it's gonna run right through your forearms, right into the rope. You're gonna lose a lot of speed. You're not gonna generate the force, which we'll come to in a few more points later. But this is why that shadow skip, feeling loose with the grip, you just wanna have nice, soft hands. So like if I was gonna rate this out of 10, if you were to come towards me and try and pull this out of my hand, it will literally slip out of my hand. But you're gonna grip it obviously just enough tight so that it doesn't obviously fly out your hands when you're sort of skipping, all right? So for me, it feels like a pressure of about 3 out of 10, 2.5 out of 10 even sometimes. Get the pinky, try this anyway, get the pinky off the handles where it rests on the bottom of this wing, especially if you've got the money rope. And then these 3 fingers, your ring, your index, they sort of just curl below the thumb and they just act as a support, right? So the fingers act as a support. The thumb, which we'll get into, is a very key thing, but you're just gonna grip it loose, and that way when you start skipping, now it honestly feels like if someone was to come up to me and try and pull this out my hand, they could easily do it, right? But it's tight enough where obviously it's not gonna just throw, or it's just not gonna slip out of my hand, right? So that's grip pressure, really, really important, peeps. All right, point number 3 is the role of your wrists and your thumbs, all right? Super important. So we touched on the fact that when you started doing your shadow skip, you started to realize your wrists just don't stay out here, right? They wanna get closer. They wanna face each other, all right? In my opinion, if you want these RA flows, like I said, this is the kind of methodology that we created, was that we don't wanna feel super rigid, okay? So our body naturally wants to sort of get comfy. So when it feels comfy for me, again, this is feel. It feels when I'm skipping, my wrists are facing each other. They're not facing towards you at the camera and I'm spinning on this axis. It feels like they're together, and the roll of the thumb is the thumbs are gonna feel like they're pushing down, right? I've mentioned this in so many videos, but this is the feel, right? Obviously when I'm skipping, it might look like my thumbs are a little bit outwards here, maybe facing sort of 1 o'clock for my right hand and 11 o'clock for my left hand. But for me, to get these narrow arcs, okay, we don't want wide arcs which shorten the rope. We want super sexy narrow arcs that lengthens the rope, slightly clips the floor in front. What I feel is my thumbs are they almost pressing forward, down, and almost trying to point to each other as well when they move, okay? So this is again just a feel, and this is kind of how it looks when I'm just casually sort of doing my boxer step. My wrists are feeling like they're facing each other, and my thumbs, which is why it's so important to have the thumbs and the grip super nice, is my thumbs just feel like they're just driving forward, and they're kind of getting closer together. The closer you can try and face those thumbs as the revolution's going, it's the narrow arc you get, okay? So here's thumbs facing away from me, or facing away from each other, super wide arc. And here now I start bringing the thumbs in, try and get them to point to each other. And the cool thing about the thumbs, guys, is if you imagine you have a paintbrush, all right? Now I'm left-handed. If I have my paintbrush in my hand and I'm just brushing strokes, all right? A lot of the stroke, you can kind of feel it in certain fingertips. For me, with the skipping rope, I'm feeling like I control the direction with the thumbs. If the thumbs want to bend down here, it brings the rope down here. So when it comes to crossovers, for example, as long as I get my thumbs working down and around behind me, it brings the rope into that nice action, creates a lovely cross. I don't want to feel like I baseball bat death grip this, right? Like if you death grip this and you have thumbs off the handle, thumbs resting on your knuckles, for example, you try it yourself. You just lose the ability to sort of control the rope how you want, all right? And it also strengthens the grip, makes it really tough, rigid. We don't want that. All right, point number 4 is the moment of force. Now, beginners love to try and get this thing moving quickly, first and foremost, right? And I understand, you wanna kind of learn to skip quicker, or sometimes the rope's just going around quickly, so just naturally you're speeding everything up and you're all out of sync. But what tends to happen, guys, is these wrists, and I'm gonna try and do it from a beginner point of view usually, when you're sort of rigid like this, okay? Again, when everything's all locked up, what's happening is there's a lot of force happening, right? Boom, 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 boom. What I'm gonna teach you to do right now today, very, very super important, is you wanna feel a moment of force, okay? You wanna feel the momentum of the rope, and you're gonna just feel a moment of wrist action, what I call the wrist snap. And I've been trying to teach this for years, but you have to feel it, right? Again, feel versus real. Is when you're skipping, there's just this flow where boom, boom, boom. And it's nice if you can kind of even have this count in your head or skip to a tune. But what you're feeling is when you apply this force, the momentum of the rope flicks or flings around until you apply it again, all right? This is what gives a smooth action. If you're kind of going boom, 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 that stops any kind of flow or smoothness. So when I'm sort of doing a boxer step, for example, right, my wrists are not continuously applying force. It might look like it, but what I'm trying to show you and teach you is actually what I feel is when the rope comes around me with the snap, actually the wrists get turning only because the rope's momentum is pulling the wrist back around. Then when the wrist get pulled back around, I then apply another bit of force. So think about it this way. Say you've got a towel in your hands, you wet it, and you want to slap someone across the leg, right? Now, I always use this analogy, I don't know why. It just reminds me of my football days. Anyway, I digress. So when you wet this towel and you want to hit someone with it, think about when you want to hit someone hard with it, right? It doesn't kind of come in from wide action like this. If you imagine there's a little snap, and then that way you can generate the force and the speed. With this, it's the same, okay? Now, if you want to continuously try and hit someone, it's not just, you can't just do it like this. You have to have a moment of sort of pull back and boom, pull back, boom. And that's the kind of feeling when I'm skipping, although it's just happening now forward and down, all right? That's why, again, the thumbs are really important, the wrists are really important, having it all loose, but it's just boom, 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 right? That's the feeling. What that does is it keeps these arcs, these loops looking a certain way, nice shape, and you can actually hear it on the rope, especially when you start doing like things like double unders. When you hear that little swoosh, it's just boom, 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 boom. And again, it looks like I'm continuously rotating with my wrist, but really it's momentum, then force, momentum, then force. So hopefully that one makes sense. A little bit tricky to kind of explain, but again, these are super golden little tips, all right? Hopefully it's making sense. All right, point number 5, guys, is a different move that you now need to understand as well when it comes to skipping. I talked about how people are really rigid with their wrists, so when it comes to doing movements, they're not allowing the rope to go in the direction that it wants to go, and it's always going to just follow how strong your wrists are. So what you need to start to do is start to learn also this motion, all right? So this is kind of like this kind of motion where you're sending your wrist into flexion, all right? So what happens is this is extension and this is flexion. Now what flexion does, guys, is when you've got all the grip pressure correct, like I mentioned, you've got your wrists facing each other, this move of flexion will help movements like crossovers, double under crossovers, southpaws. I'm going to demonstrate the movements for you right now, and then we'll talk about it quickly. But this is a little bit more technical, but as I'm doing these crossovers, for example, there's this movement with the wrist. Now, it's very subtle, and it's a movement that, again, no one talks about. No one's ever talked about. Obviously, I've been doing this for so many years, and I've tried to break things down in a more easy to understand way, but you need to kind of understand what this movement is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a drill right now to feel it, right? So you're gonna get into the skipping posture like this, okay? You're gonna pretend to do a crossover. Now, the bad way is the thumbs continue facing away from your body, right? So for me, it's gonna face towards you guys. That's the bad way. This is how most people cross. They don't get a wide enough loop. The second way, you're gonna stand there now. You can even do this without a rope. Stand, get up off your couch right now, wherever you're watching this from. You're gonna get here, and now you're gonna feel this. So from the side angle is that, right? So it's boom. So if you were to imagine wanting to give someone a big slap across the face, boom. It's gonna be like that. And what that does is gonna pull my thumbs now to face behind me, right? It's gonna give me a massive, really nice stretch, and I can get this rope super easy wide, right? So remember, thumbs were in front here, rigid wrists, not allowing the wrist to turn. Now we're gonna give this wrist just movement, this flexion movement with a loose grip, and look how easy that is to cross now, all right? Now, very, very technical tricks, okay? So that is an easy drill you can do standing up. When you're doing this while you're skipping, guys, you can actually even practice this with your, I guess, side swings, okay? Now, when you're doing your side swing, you feel it. For example, I'm feeling it with my right hand here. So my bottom hand, this hand here, if you watch, I'm just exaggerating this movement. I'm feeling this flexion. I'm letting this rope swing beside my body. And just look how nice those side swings look. You can even do it with your top hand. So I'm doing it with my left hand now, just allowing this wrist to just have this bend. And you can see, it just gives this rope so much ability to move how you want, to create crosses how you want. And yeah, it's honestly, if you follow these 5 tips, guys, I know it's a lot of talking, a lot of waffling, but I really do think this could be the best video ever made for beginners, right? Because this is your first and only, I keep saying first, it's your only point of contact with the rope. The rope is, it moves throughout the arms, okay? You have to remember that. It's not just your hands, not just your wrists. You're not just pumping it up. It has to have a flow. You have to let these arms move a little bit. Obviously, we don't want this action, right? That's bad. It's inefficient. Start working things you don't need to work. It's just get natural, get flowy, right? And get loose with the wrists, okay? So I know there's a lot of instruction out there to tell you how to have your wrists down here, down here. It's always about preference. It's always about your body types, how you want to feel comfortable. So first and foremost, feel comfortable. Secondly, try and use these tips with your wrists. And hopefully you'll get the rope moving exactly how you want it to move. So peeps, that about wraps it up. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop me a thumbs up, drop it a like, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're struggling with anything, what movements you'd like to see going forward. Remember, hit the website up right now, www.rushathletics.co.uk. Cop your merch, guys. Use VIP30, code VIP30 for 30% off. It's next level, all right? Again, only exclusive to you guys back home watching on YouTube. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one as always. So without further ado, take care of yourself. Skip the treadmill, stay safe. Peace.